They're sweating because they've been told to stop using stone and start using prisoners instead. This isn't some campfire story designed to scare you. This is the harrowing, unbelievable story of Tamerlane's obsession with using bodies, both alive and dead, as the literal foundations for his empire. The man who ordered this, he wasn't a mindless butcher. He was a master mathematician who saw bodies as nothing but a structural unit. In Baghdad, Tamerlane wanted a monument to his victory that would never be forgotten. He didn't just want a pile of bodies. He wanted geometry. He gave his army a quota. Every soldier, from the generals to the cook, had to bring him 2 heads. And if you couldn't find an enemy to take the heads, then yours was taken in its place. This created a market of death in the camps. Soldiers were actually buying and selling human heads like they were grain, just to meet the requirement. Then came the construction. 120 towers built entirely of human skulls. They were laid out in precise intervals, mortared together with a mixture of clay and biological waste. And in that 120-degree heat, the towers didn't just stand there, they cured. The smell itself was a weapon that travelled for miles around, a rotting, fly-blown warning that Baghdad was no longer a city of scholars. It was a city of bone. But as horrific as the skulls were, at least they were built from the dead. In other cities like Sabsavar, Tamerlane's engineering took a more darker, sinister turn. He didn't just use skulls there, he used living bodies. Historical accounts describe 2,000 prisoners being forced into the trenches, laying them one on top of the other, like wood. They weren't executed first, they were simply integrated. Masons would slap wet mud over their faces, sealing them into the wall while they were still breathing. Imagine the weight of the men above you, the sound of the trowel scraping on stone and mud as the light slowly disappeared. The pressure on your chest, making it impossible to scream as the mortar sets. To Tamerlane, these weren't people. These were just living bricks in a monument to his absolute power. Tamerlane died a few years later, but his architecture worked. The desert eventually reclaimed the towers, grinding the bones back into sand. But for 100 years in that region, nobody dared to rebel because they knew the next wall he built might have their heartbeat inside. I'm Carl. This is Dark Histories on Bearded Banter. Please like and subscribe for more.